Our former Stamp talks about the Flames. Welcome to Outlaw Sports. Mike Lownsbrough, Burke. This past weekend, we saw Jarome Iginla retired his jersey, and the Calgary Flames had a great ceremony. Your thoughts on his career when you look back? And I have to ask you this question. Is he the greatest Flame of all time in your book?
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, in my opinion, he is. There's a lot of other guys that need to be in the conversation. Lanny McDonald, obviously. But yeah, I mean, for what he did both in the community, on the ice, good family man, great leader. The leadership is second to none. I think, yeah, in my opinion, he is the best.
Can you imagine if he would have had a consistent group of line mates to play with him for his whole career?
Can you imagine if Barry Sanders had a fullback in Detroit?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Same kind of thing. I mean, you look back at 2004, they rode his back in the playoffs. That was really not a great team. Kiprasov was in goal.
Kipper got them there,
sure,
in my opinion, and did that with Jerome's play on the ice and leadership in the locker room.
Yeah, and he fought every series.
He sure did.
You know, so when you get a guy with that kind of skills that can drop his gloves like that, the only thing that I didn't want to see him becoming a mercenary. Near the end, he was chasing the Stanley Cup. You know, he was originally going to Boston, but then something happened. He went to Pittsburgh. Then from Pittsburgh, he goes to Boston. Boston wanted to keep him, but he thought Colorado. You know,
but it's a two-way street.
Yeah,
there's two sides to the coin. There's the organization that's trying to bring you in. There's the money component. There's familiarity with the city. There's a lot more things in the mix that we don't know about.
Sure.
And why he made those decisions to bounce around the way he did.
As they go in the playoffs, I always thought, okay, goaltending has to be playing right. And right now, they seem to have it. Is it strong enough to be in the playoffs? I don't know. And the second thing I wondered about is the playoff experience. But you have a different opinion on this altogether.
Yeah, I again, is the team physically big enough? Mm-hmm. I mean, to compete with a San Jose Sharks,
right,
who just got Nyquist and maybe the deepest offense right now going into the post. Do they have the size? Is this going to become a regular season, a great regular season team, and then they get into the playoffs, and when real hockey starts and the physicality is coming, can they handle it? I don't know. That's yet to be seen. I'm real excited to see. They've got a hell of a team. They've got a lot of goal scorers. They lack toughness and they lack size. So that's my only worry.
You know, Brad Treliving didn't do anything much. They brought in one defenseman at the trade deadline. Everyone said, we should have got Mark Stone.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Mark Stone comes with a big price tag, and he wanted an 8-year deal. I think that's what really stopped him from tinkering, because now think about this. If you hire him for 8 years at 8.5, 9, and so what's that layout for Tkachuk? Because he's your guy next year that you have to answer and pay up big bucks. He's going, well, if this newcomer is coming in here and getting this kind of money, what am I? And I think Tkachuk's a better player. What am I worth?
Yeah, I mean, going after Mark Stone, I mean, heck of a player.
Sure.
Extremely experienced player. Can put the puck in the net, can play on your first team power play. But, you know, why not go after some toughness where they're lacking? I mean, why not go after Wayne Simmons?
Yep.
You know, he could do very well for that squad in the postseason. So, you know, as the playoffs inch closer, I don't know. I just, there's a lack of toughness there. And when guys are getting beaten up every night and they're in these long 7-game series, you know, how far do they go?
And every playoff year, there's one tough guy that seems to rise to the top on every team that's won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, yeah, I don't think the Flames have that either.